basically they all got drunk and then they went to go to swim, and it was full of a lot of black people. So they were like, "Oh fuck this, let's not go." And they're like, "Okay." So and then they knew about this old lady that had a swimming pool in a garden, and they all jumped, and they were all drunk, but they jumped over the fence, got in, right. And like, so one of his mates, Terry, who's like this really funny guy, he's in it, and then suddenly all the lights in the house turn on. So like, shit, someone's in. All of them jump out, run out the pool, except from Terry.
Were they allowed to be there?
No, like
what pool is this?
Some girl, like it was in like the 70s, so they could get away with pretty much murder.
The
1970s, yeah.
What?
1770s. No, and he was in the pool, or whatever, and they jumped out. All of them jumped out, and then this guy called Terry, who was the most drunk, just gone and held his breath hidden in the pool. Obviously, one thing's led to another. They've called the police. He's come. The police get out, and like, if you ever met him, like you just can't help but like him. You know, like with you, like when like not with you, but with you, like you can just you just get on with you because he's funny or whatever, right? Yeah. And that's like this guy. And like apparently like all the police, he was making jokes to all the police and stuff, and they were like, "Oh, we'll let him go. All he's got to do is say sorry to the lady, like the old lady whose house it was." And he's pissed as hell, like he's drunk, and he's like, "Okay, lads, I'll do it." He goes over to her and goes, "Sorry, love." He goes like that, and like, you know.
Yeah.
And she's got a nightie on, and he goes like that. And pulls off the nightie and boom, falls out, and all the police just like laugh.
Wait, is this Terry?
Yeah, it's Like they used to do cross country, and his house was right next to the cross country track. So what they done was they all go in, they all run. They'd be at the first, sprint to his house, get there, have a cup of tea, and then run out of his house, and then win the cross country, and they'd beat everyone else. It's just jokes, isn't it? It's jokes.
That was the old days.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah.
Anyway, Craig, take it away.
Back in that same time that Terry was doing that, you know, that stuff, my dad was being adopted. Really, that was it.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
By his uncle.
Sorry.
Well, that's a story, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're just gonna not tell us?
Well, okay. So I'm sure he'll appreciate this.
Is that a lie?
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure we'll see this. Hi, Dad. Love you, Dad. So he was basically like his like birth parents.
Yeah.
They like his birth mum was like schizophrenic.
Oh, okay.
She was like mentally ill and that, and then they couldn't look after him. So then he went to live with They handed him off.
Yeah.
To his like natural dad's sister,
No.
and then she couldn't like take him.
Why?
So then it went, I don't know really, but person stuff. But then he went to her brother.
Yeah.
I think they just got passed around the family.
Oh, okay.
And then like so he's like his parents are actually his aunt and uncle. I
So the
guess.
video that you showed me, where he's playing guitar.
Which one?
You two are playing guitar. No, he's playing guitar. And you're both singing. I can't remember what song it was, but it was at someone's anniversary.
Yeah.
So is that his actual auntie and uncle, or is that his actual mum and dad?
Well, it's like genetically
Yeah.
aunt and uncle,
Oh, okay.
but I mean, it's like,
Still kind of cool.
I mean, what do you think like if you're like raised by them people from the age of like
Yeah.
I don't know, I think it's like very really young, that's like 2 or something.
Yeah. Like it's a bit of a weird. I don't know. Like I don't want to. I don't know, because.
So, do you think that who you're raised by changes how you come out in the future?
No, like, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So, I tell you what I've noticed lately is that I have a lot of tendencies that my dad has. Like a lot. Just I'm the closest with my dad, like above my mum. So like I'm really close to my dad, and like a lot of things I do. I just copy him, which obviously subconsciously, but it's quite interesting as well. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, do you like believe? You know, there's a debate where it's like nature over nurture.
yeah.
What do you think about that?
Nurture.
Nurture.
What do you mean?
Like, it's like if you believe in like the nature side, it's like your DNA is a product of who you are, just your DNA. But if it's nurture, it's like your environment and what you're raised.
Your environment, definitely.
Yeah.
However, my music taste is completely nothing like anyone in my family.
Yeah.
Right.
Like completely, like I listen to like 60s and 70s rock a lot of the time, and like
because you're a hipster.
Because
you don't like other girls.
Because I'm cool. Because I'm
I listen to Billie Eilish.
I'm not your average girl next door, and but like my dad, like, I'm sending him songs, and he was like, oh, that's a load of shit. I mean, it's like he was like, I remember when that came out, it just sounds like noise, and I'm like, it's sick.
Yeah.
But like, and then my mum listens to soul and Motown, and my dad, I don't really know if it's got a bit of a groove, like sort of like disco kind of groove. He likes it, so yeah. But it's kind of weird, like where that's come from.
What about Terry?
Terry, I haven't had the pleasure. He's just I've like found his music taste. He's just like an absolute unit. He's massive, and he's just like 6'5", and he's quite built as well for 50. He's a granddad. He's 58, and like he's pretty good. Like he looks good for his age. Insert a picture of Terry. I look good for my age.
You're looking good for 34.
Thanks, man.
You're knocking on, but
I look pretty old for 6 years old, but
you look pretty old for 6.
6, yeah.
Have you hit puberty yet?
What's that?
I heard it's when you get hair in funny places.
Oh, the hair. I've been bald up to this point. But coming back to the nurture or nature, there's definitely some stuff between me and my dad that I've got from DNA.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Like
a mess.
I'm definitely my father's son rather than my mother's son.
Yeah.
But my brother is my mother's son.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's like my sister. My sister's
I'm the same.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not like your dad.
There's this picture of my dad from when he was like, when I was about 14. There's a picture of him when he's like 14.
Yeah.
There's a picture of him.
Of exactly the same.
And like it's a picture of him at his like family party.
Yeah.
And he showed this picture like of him at the party, and I was about 14 at the time, and I was like, I don't remember that. I was there. And he was like, yeah, this is just last year.
Wow.
And he made me believe that was me. He made me believe I went to a party.
That's
I looked that much like him.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what is interesting. So my nan, on my dad's mum, I've never met my granddad. He passed away in 2001, and I was born in 2001, so never got the pleasure of meeting him, right? But, so my nan, pardon?
Reincarnation.
Well, that's the thing, right? So my nan's sister, so my nan's called Brenda, and my nan's sister is called Iris, and Iris and John, like they looked after my dad when he was younger, and they've just been there throughout all of his life, and they're sort of like another nan and granddad to me. Do you know what I mean? And they're so nice and so cool, whatever. And so this. Like they were saying, because my nan was divorced from my granddad, so, and then he moved on to date some film stars. Well, I don't know, it's kind of weird. There's a documentary about my granddad. It's kind of cool.
Really?
Yeah.
I need that.
Yeah. So he went out with someone. Do you know the Carry On films? I don't know if you know that. He went out with this lady called Hattie Jakes, and he like moved in with her husband, and like he was having an affair, and he knew about it. It's kind of weird. Anyway, but apparently he's a charmer. That's what this Iris and Jonathan say, that he used to be a charmer, and they were quite fond of him, even though they end up divorcing or whatever. But they divorced because my dad actually had a brother. It's getting a bit deep, but my dad had a brother called John, and he passed away when he was 4, and that put like a lot of stress on the relationship. They divorced, whatever. So anyway, but now, like, they don't say it to me, but they say it to my dad and like to my mum. They're like, he's literally like his granddad. Like I'm so like, there are times when they're like, you look just like your granddad then, and obviously I'm like, thanks. I don't know.
Maybe that's why you like 60s and 70s music.
But I'll tell you what, he was really good mates with Keith Moon from The Who.
Really?
There's a picture of him and them two at like the hotel, like what's the famous hotel in Hollywood? it's like the Chateau, maybe that, or like the Beverly Hills Hotel or something like that.
Premier
And
Inn.
like they've both got
Premier Inn.
maybe, and they've both got massive cigars in their mouths and like pointing at the camera. And Keith Moon's there and my granddad's there. So maybe it's just weird, isn't it? That's a bit freaky, isn't it?
Well,
I could be.
You know Peter Mayhew?
Yeah.
You know Chewbacca?
Okay, yeah.
The guy played Chewbacca?
Yeah.
My granddad, not to brag, but my granddad went camping with him once.
Yeah. But your granddad went camping with Chewbacca.
Yeah.
That's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
Chewbacca's cool though. Star Wars is cool. Anyone seen the new Star Wars trailer?
No.
I don't care for that capitalist shit.
Really?
I'll watch it. I'll give him my money. But I'll
I'm
give him
gonna
my
buy a
money back.
lightsaber on Black Friday, so yeah.
I've got a lightsaber.
My granddad was in the war.
Whoa.
But he weren't like anything
What,
important.
the Clone Wars?
Do you honestly think you're fucking funny? No, World War Two. He was he looked after
So,
the horses.
so how old is your granddad?
He's dead now.
Yeah.
He was born like 1920s.
So then how old's your dad?
Yeah.
Oh, is it your mum's dad?
No, my dad's dad.
So your dad's dad?
Maybe 1930s, but my dad is 56.
So he had him quite late then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he died 2 years after I was born,
Oh, okay.
so he was old.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just looked after horses.
That's quite a cool job
Yeah.
though.
Which side was he on?
I'm not even going to answer that because I hope you know the right answer.
Nazis.
No, but yeah, my other granddad also died before I was born, so I
really?
never really knew either of them.
To be honest though, would you rather that? Like, I've never met my granddad, so I'd never have to grieve or anything like that, did I? Or neither did you. Do you know what I
No,
mean? Like,
yeah.
obviously I would have liked to have met them, but I guess it's almost like
Yeah.
bittersweet in a way, because although I never met them, like, I never had the pain of losing them. Whoa.
I mean,
That was a world.
my great granddad, he died when I was. My family are kind of young. All of them were kind of young when they had kids. So like I met my great granddad, and like that's pretty cool. But like I have like only have like a few memories of him like when I was
Yeah.
really young, and I like that because he got kind of ill and went a bit loopy.
Yeah.
And the shit that is
Yeah.
at the time he went like he got ill. I was too young to understand
Yeah.
that then.
Got you, yeah.
So like the only memories I have of him are nice ones.
My great nan passed away when I was in like year 1, but I still remember it. I still remember getting a day off school because I started crying, even though like I hadn't really met her that much. It's kind of stupid looking back, but anyway. But she was really into witchcraft. She had books on witch. She wasn't a witch,
Yeah.
but she was really interested in like witchcraft and like tea leaves and all stuff. She could like read tea leaves, I'm pretty sure, and stuff like that. Like, it's kind of cool, isn't it? It's kind of all freaky, but it's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
bit creepy.
Yeah.
Bit.
No, okay, all right.
I want to go in that basement.
Yeah, I would.
Not much of a horse tender, but you know, she's alright.
My nan told me a story that when she was little, she got evacuated, and she used to tap dance in a little red ballerina dress for those soldiers, and it used to make them cry when they came back from the war.
Quite cute.
Would you cry?
I really just love that story though.
Yeah.
I get I mean, I just like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, she still remembers that from being like a kiddo.
Kiddly wink.
I think we should maybe get out of something this deep.
Yeah.
This is really like, this is quite draining to think about.
I'm just going to do a quick round to check everything's going.
Okay.
You two can talk
Time.
about Pokemon, whatever you kids talk about.
What's that?
STDs.
You play Pokemon?
I'll play. Yeah, I have no. I have definitely.
STDs, got to catch them all.
Wait, are you stopping it all?
No.
Oh.
Were you actually know when I said the Clone Wars thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was just going for it.
I thought, I was like, shit.
Because I didn't know if you were being serious or not.
No.
Because we were talking about Chewbacca and
No,
I was like,
that's why I said it.
But no, I wasn't. I don't really care. Let's say Pringles. Am I right? Forgot what I was going to say.
Well, say it. I don't know. You really gonna be that guy? Hi guys, welcome back to ASMR. What were we talking about?
50% of people enjoyed that. 50% hated it.
Yeah.
That's
What?
fact. And my girlfriend is one of them that hated it.
How do we feel about the fact that there are more nipples than humans on Earth?
I don't mind the fact there's more nipples than humans.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that half the nipples, well, about 49% of the nipples aren't being used.
Oh yeah, you know men could lactate. You know men could actually lactate.
But they
if the
don't.
time comes.
Why don't they?
Not built like that.
No, but they actually can.
They can, yeah,
Go
but
on,
like,
Do it right now.
Fill me up.
Well,
I'll do more drink.
no, well you just sat down, so don't worry.
That's fine.
Oh, okay then. Yeah. But like, yeah, that's
Quite
kind of
weird
crazy.
thing to think
There's more nipples. I think nipples
Yeah, go on.
are funny. Like just the word nipple. Don't you think?
nipple.
Just the way it's spelled, the way it sounds.
I think it's just you, to be honest.
That's so philosophical. That's
Really?
groundbreaking.
What? The nipple sounds funny.
You should write that down for future generations.
Yeah.
What's your most hated word?
My most hated word. Everyone says moist, but it's actually not that bad.
No, not.
I don't like.
Don't really like squelch.
Nah.
Not a big fan of squelch.
No, I don't mind squelch. Squelch isn't that
I
bad.
hate the word sprigs.
I hate the
Bricks.
word like
Bakers. I hate bakers.
Yeah.
I mean,
humbucker.
what
Humbucker.
talent do they have?
Actually,
You've been
humbucker's
looking at
okay.
guitars, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that going?
Looking at guitars. I mean, it's okay. I just get very nervous because I'm very new to guitars. So when I want to try it, I feel like everyone's listening to me being shit. Do you know what I mean? So I don't.
I know, yeah.
So I feel like everyone's going, "Why the fuck is this guy wasting his money
just
getting a
think.
guitar?"
You're actually trying to do it. You're
Exactly.
actually learning.
Yeah.
What are they doing? They're hating. Fuck the haters.
Haters gonna hate.
Hey,
Fake is gonna fake.
but
fake,
I feel
fake.
like I might be leaning towards a Strat.
Oh.
Yeah, I know you'd hate
I don't hate it. No.
that because a telly's just long. So you cock or whatever before you say it.
Are we that long?
No, but the necks are long, and I really don't like a long neck. I'd rather it be shorter.
Daddy long neck.
Have you seen the video where Riley Reid?
Your average cough is 60 miles an hour.
Punch him.
Yeah,
Please punch him.
No, cough. Cough.
You
Yeah.
ever seen like pictures of people coughing?
Like the cat.
Looks like they're blowing a ghost. They're
Oh.
like, it's fantastic.
If you have a dirty mind like you, then you'd see that. But a good Christian boy like me.
It's actually my history teacher that showed me that.
What should you not be allowed to make jokes about?
Depends the situation. With racist jokes you shouldn't say in front of the
You shouldn't.
person you're talking about.
You should never make a joke as intent to offend.
Yeah.
But if it does offend people, then fuck them, because
That is a very good
that's on
point.
that's on their behalf. Like, if they want
Unless it's Max,
Of course.
of course.
Of course. Absolutely.
it's when
I hope he's watching this
yeah,
or listening to this.
he will. I'm sure.
Maybe.
No, I don't think he will. He
If
doesn't
he's
want
in the
to
gym,
support his
if you're in the
friends.
gym, if anyone in the gym is listening to this, crank up your speed if you're on a thing, and if you're doing cardio, and if you're or crank up the resistance by 2. And if you're doing a
first
weight,
order?
go for 1 up, go up half a kg or a kg. There you go. What would you do without us?
Probably not.
Don't get games by using bitch weights. Stop bitching. Sorry. What would you want to talk about, guys?
Anyone know any good jokes?
You don't.
Isn't it mental how like
We're here.
they all met up and they agreed. Like he was like, "Please, can I have it? Please, I really want it."
What?
And they were all like, "Well, you can have a little bit of it." And then he was like, "But I want all of Czechoslovakia." And they were like, "But Hitler, you can't have all of it." And they're like, "You can have the Sudetenland." And he's like, "Okay, that's fine."
I thought this
Then
was
the year
going to be an
after,
interesting podcast.
The year after, he takes the whole Slovakia,
Do you know what I think's interesting? How do boats work? Like planes? It's actually mental, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
how do
air
boats not
resistance.
sink? My uncle sinks, and he's lighter than me.
Well, there are more planes in the sea than boats in the sea.
Actually,
There are more
no.
planes than my uncle. No, but do you know what I mean? Like my uncle,
It's
my
just
uncle
a
can't
bone
float.
density. He's probably got denser bones than you.
So apparently you can display. So
Yeah.
I watched a video on it, and so because obviously cruise ships are bloody massive as well,
Yeah.
because they're
Oh,
so
gosh.
wide, that displaces the water.
Like your mum.
Why? I'm trying to be intelligent. You acid twat. Right.
Yeah.
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 Like because it's so wide. Any comment there about the wide?
No,
yeah?
no,
Good,
no.
good. That's what I thought.
Like your mum.
Wide like my mind.
Mega mind.
Would you ever
Favourite film?
favorite film?
Are we going to skip on boats?
I mean, just boats are just. Well, to be honest, there's nothing to be resolved.
Okay.
Boats are freaky. You stand on the boat and you don't sink, even though you should.
Well, no.
And
No.
life goes on.
No.
Water resistance.
Well,
Water resistance isn't a thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Water resistance works in speed,
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
But
but that doesn't keep you afloat. Water resistance. You're not just
Well, the
slowly
thing-
falling.
No, listen, right? The
No.
What are you trying to say?
I don't know. Okay, I've
You're
got
only good at
questions.
physics.
so
A little bit.
like a boat would stay afloat because of the density of the boat, right?
Yeah.
And
No.
also,
Even if a real fat person got on a boat, it'd still float.
if you can be like mega fat, but as long as you've got
Mega
like as long as you don't weigh
all boats have a weight limit. Obviously.
Do
they
they?
don't.
No, obviously they do.
No,
No, they do.
because it's about mass over
Obviously,
volume. So it's
no,
how
you can't
much-
put a cruise ship on a dinghy. It's not going to work like
The
that. What we're
Titanic.
saying is,
The Titanic is everyone was saying, oh, it didn't have enough rescue boats or anything
Yeah.
like that. So then a couple years later, when they recreated not the Titanic but a cruise ship,
Yeah,
they put too many rescue ships on it. It was too heavy and it sunk.
bullshit.
No, it's true.
I didn't know
That's
that.
true. That's true. It didn't have as many deaths.
you ever seen
But
Sweet Life on
because-
Deck?
When was this?
A couple of years later.
You guys ever seen Sweet Life on Deck?
But it's because it was too heavy.
One episode of Sweet Life on Deck, the cruise ship, for some reason they all get in a boat, end up in a boat, and then like the cruise ship goes off without them, and then they end up on a desert island, and then the really like famous girl who's got loads of money, she has loads of clothes, and they stitch her clothes together and make a hot air balloon and escape a desert island.
I once took a
It's a
pedalo
cinematic
out.
masterpiece, really.
I once took a pedalo out at Spain, ended up in Africa.
Shut up!
Idiot.
Shut up!
Yeah.
I hate that so much. 'Cause it was funny at first, and also it's not as funny as the one where it goes when he's the validate. I think the funniest in between this moment. Just saying, in between is part of British culture just as much as
Yeah.
kebabs are.
Yes.
Curry sauce, like
If you haven't seen in between,
a
you're not normal.
Tesco's is part of British culture. What else? Teens trying to do wheelies in very dangerous locations, but
Oh, pricks.
yeah.
Straight up. Like,
What else?
what else?
Jeremy Kyle.
No,
That's part of British culture.
I wouldn't say so.
No.
Not as
I've
big.
missed out on him.
Yeah,
Where
I'm
is
not
he
affected.
still alive?
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
but the
no, I
show
know
got
he's still
cancelled.
alive. No, he's obviously still alive, but is
It's
the
just
show
that-
still live?
No, the show
Oh.
got cancelled because a contestant killed themselves like a week after
Really?
the show
So
came out.
Dr. Phil won.
Take him to the ranch. I mean, that shows like that. I mean, guys? So I've got an idea. We're just going to get the scum of the earth to come in and laugh at them.
I know a
I
few
can call
people
him
like
right
that in
now.
history class.
Um,
They won't watch it, they don't like me. Oh yeah, you know you're saying like British culture things,
Yeah.
right? You know I was doing...
I've got a crap for my album. Sorry.
You good? You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
You know I'm doing my Asking London thing,
Yeah.
like the street interviews.
Yeah.
I was out yesterday before Max's award show.
Yeah.
And
What was the question you were asking?
There were a few.
Oh, okay.
It was-
Sorry, I thought there was one that you want to relate to. Like, you asked them.
No. Basically, between like interviews, I was walking down the street, and this guy like fully stepped out into me, like we like bumped shoulders like
Yeah.
really hard, like I nearly fell over.
Yeah.
And as we like smashed into each other, I turned around and went sorry. I was just walking the street, like he comes out and smashes into me.
Once
and
I was at
apologised.
Stratford Station, two guys, clip shoulders, like, donk. They almost had a fight. They almost had a full-on fist fight.
Really?
The guy was like, "Fucking come on, then!" And like everyone was like holding them back. I was like, "What are you doing? It's a Monday morning.
Absolute nutters.
It's mental. I don't know. Like, why do people do that? I don't get that at all.
Do you know what time it started, by the way?
I haven't got a clue.
Or the podcast, or got here. I think about quarter past.
Quarter past, yeah.
Quarter past, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Favourite film?
Favorite film, Megamind.
Really?
Yeah, I love
You're
Megamind.
joking.
No, I love Megamind. It's an actual cartoon masterpiece. It's
It
everything
is.
you ever want.
It is actually very good. I'm going to be honest. It is a very good film.
Okay.
Do you know, underrated films. Underrated bands. Let's talk about the Bee Gees, right?
Underrated bands.
McFly. Go and see them on Wednesday. No, they are so underrated because everyone's like, oh, because it's like McFly are the Disney Channel. Are the Disney Channel band?
Yes.
They're like the kids, like you. Some of those kids, like Five Colours. Everyone's like, yeah, this U6 disco. Everyone's loving it, but then like
Now we're older.
now everyone grown up. Everyone's like, oh, they're the ones we used to listen to back in the day.
Mm.
But their music's still good.
Mm.
Everyone's like, oh, shut up, Joe. But I just want to put that out there.
And I'll let you. I'll definitely keep that in the edit.
Okay.
I like 6ix9ine.
Really?
No. Straight away.
I like Taylor
I-
Swift.
Really?
Her new album.
Carly Rae Jepsen?
Good old London Boy, song of the year.
I think
Maybe.
someone who's a bit overhyped, overplayed,
Ed Sheeran?
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah. I feel like
She sounds like she should be a size at Starbucks. A drink.
yeah.
I mean,
No, we got the
Ariana
joke, it just
Vente.
wasn't good.
she's a drink.
I think...
Looking like a snack.
I
I think she's a bit overplayed, especially with like the whole.
Is she still white?
No.
Because she was white.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good
She-
point. On Victoria, she was like really pale.
White.
And now she's like,
Now she's like out of nowhere, just
Michael Jackson.
yeah, she's like done a reverse.
she's done
Michael
a
Jackson.
reverse
Yeah.
Jackson.
She's done a
Sorry, Miss
Jackson.
Jackson.
She's just she bathes in fake tan instead of bleach.
She's bathing. Shit.
Instead of
Yeah.
bleach.
Yeah, that's what Michael Jackson did.
Really?
Yeah. For
I didn't know that. Did you know that?
No.
yeah, no, he bathed in bleach just to like.
I don't believe that.
There's
Thing
so much
is-
weird shit about him. Though.
Some people say he, like,
freaks me out.
Some people say he bleached himself. Some people say he had a disease. But there are pictures of him with like the blotchy skin and that,
Yeah.
like behind the scenes stuff.
And he just said like remove it all instead of being, which
Yeah.
it just really, I mean, it does kind of really freak me out though. Like
Yeah.
plastic
Scary.
surgery really freaks me out.
Yeah.
And like, did you know you can have a voice transplant or something like that?
voice
like,
box.
voice, and like it changes your
vocal
voice.
cord.
Like things like that really freak me out because I feel like that's
You
part
can
of you.
completely change your identity.
Yeah.
It's like how much do you change before you're a different person?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
So have you seen those ones where it's like these like it's like these rivers in I think Africa
I
and
think I know
Asia.
what you're gonna say.
What?
I think I know what you're gonna say.
What?
Carry on. I think
He
I know
thinks
what
he
you're
knows
gonna
what
say.
you're gonna
What?
say.
I-
Just talk. Just you
What?
say.
What?
Craig.
Go on.
You just
Carry
talk.
on.
You
I'll
just-
say it.
Yeah.
Well, I think I know what you're talking
Go on,
about.
go on.
Is it when they swim up your urine stream
They
and then
They
block
They go on your dick?
Yeah.
climb the peen, they swim up, and they get in bits, and then
Yeah, and they
you
expand.
You only well, there's them, but there's also the other ones that like they swim up here. That you only know you have them because you're like sitting down one day and you see something run across your eyes,
Yeah.
and it's the worm in your eyeball.
Yeah. I've seen
That
that.
really makes me feel uncomfortable. They
I
could
have-
be in one of us right now.
It could be, but I haven't peed into an African river, so I don't think it's.
Have you?
But you haven't.
No.
So wait,
What do you do on Mondays?
Wait, do they climb up the water?
Yeah,
Yeah, they
stream.
swim in the water and they swim up here.
They're tiny, but
Oh.
did
Yeah.
you know? Do you know what a tapeworm is?
Yeah. Don't it
Um,
go in your asshole?
it's no, it's just like it's in your body, and everything you eat, it eats some of it.
Okay. And gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. So,
fuck, that scares me so much.
there's
That reminds me of like Alien. I feel like just burst age.
more people in the UK with the tapeworm, which means it is the most common pet in the UK. More than a dog.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That many tapeworms?
Mm-hmm.
No, don't. I fucking hate that. That scares me so much.
Well, is it the same way how like everyone's got cancer?
I don't think
There's
that's
like varying degrees.
Oh, okay. So, it's like everyone's on the spectrum.
Yeah. Bring up autism.
You said that, not me. I don't believe everyone's got cancer because it's a tumour. It's a bad cell.
I mean, kind of. Well, no, like cancer's like the uncontrollable like duplication of cells.
Yeah.
That
Bad
like
cells.
they build up to a tumour.
Yeah.
Do you know why you lose your hair when you get chemotherapy?
No.
It's because chemotherapy kills fast-growing cells,
Mm.
and because your hair obviously grows fast, that's why. So
Oh.
you lose hair. It's because it kills fast-growing cells.
Also, I read a story, and there was like a video of a dog in America who just every time they got let out into the garden, he'd come in with like. Sorry, would you like to say something? With like holes in his like body,
I think I saw this.
and then
Little maggots.
no,
Oh.
and then they took him to the vet because it kept happening, and there were like loads of little balls in his like lodged in. So then they put up a CCTV camera.
Nice.
Was it a BB?
Yeah, the neighbour was shooting
yeah.
BB guns at their dog, and it was like killing him basically. And they didn't know; they were just thought it was a joke. But they found out it was the next door neighbour.
What?
Yeah, so they thought it was like a disease and it was a condition.
That
But
reminds me of this thing that we had in secondary school where it's like it's called we called it a drop down day when you weren't on timetable. So like people could come in and give you like lectures or like to do like activities, and one of them was called Prison Me No Way, and it was like all these reasons for how you could go to prison, so just watch out. Like it's basically scaremongering, but one of them was an old man went to prison because he had dog poo in his garden, and he just used to flick it over into his neighbour's garden. But one day he flicked it over and it went into a little girl's eye, and then she was blind because it can
Really?
dog poo can blind you.
yeah,
Yeah.
What, it can blind you?
yeah. I mean, it's not nice.
I mean,
No.
also, who was the guy that figured that out?
Yeah,
I want to know who figured out you can milk a cow and drink it.
yeah. What was the guy that first milked a cow trying to do? It's,
Oh.
Well, yeah, I didn't think about that.
what do you think are overpaid jobs or underpaid jobs?
Wait,
Because
I
there
want
are
to bring
quite a
something
few.
up because you brought this up.
Yeah.
The whole thing when people say, can't believe footballers get paid this much and our doctors only get paid this much, is a stupid argument, right? Because people are paying to see football, no one's paying to watch a doctor do a surgery. It's just never going to
But
work
that's
like
because,
that. So I hate when people throw that out.
That's because surgery isn't a common hobby.
Fuck off, I was being very serious there.
So am I.
I see your point.
And I'm not saying that's how I think it should be. I think doctors should be paid loads, but it's just never going to happen.
No, I see your point, but I don't think it's a problem. Like, it's not the problem of who's funding it. I think it's the problem of the people that, like, the society that actually goes to watch football and stuff.
What do you mean?
Well, because like you know how football and like all mass sports is basically it was kind of invented as a way to distract people from important stuff like politics and
Yeah.
like death. Same with like religion.
Yeah.
That's like some people football is a religion.
Yeah,
And it's like the people that are conditioned to like go see a football match every Saturday or something is basically like going to church,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
the problem of
sure.
them paying for that. That's what funds it.
the point of a distraction is actually quite true because I think it was World War II on Christmas Day.
I'll go for one.
Play
Well, yeah,
played
the
football.
two
Yeah.
sides just
Yeah.
forgot their differences and played football.
And they
And
forgot
the
about
next day, it was just back to war. Like
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah.
and it also proves that they don't want to be there. Like they don't really want to fight for their country. They're sort of being forced to.
No one does.
No
I
one
mean,
does.
No
I
one
think
does.
like war is so pointless. It just is. I know everyone's gonna be like, oh,
No, yeah, it is.
but it's so pointless. It's just people being like greedy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just about money.
Like, just invade some pussies like Spain or something. That's remark the week, innit? Have you seen that? When he's like, I'm gonna withdraw from Iraq and invade some real pussies like Spain. So
I mean, when you said no one wants to like go to war, no one wants to fight for their country. In cases where they join the army to fight for their country,
Yeah, well,
they do want
do.
it. Yeah. But in places like Greece, where when you when you finish school,
you have to go.
you have to
Yeah.
you have to be enrolled into the army, and that's like at college.
Yeah.
There was a kid that had to get a signature from one of the teachers, like the head teacher, saying that he's enrolled in a college, which means he can't fight in the war because he's like doing something else. Like, but as soon as he leaves, he has to.
That's mental.
Like, it's not fair. Like,
it's not right as well, because not trying to be rude. I don't think I could do that, but there's a lot of like just getting onto the topic of masculinity here. Do you know what I mean? But there are some men that, like, being a man, well, is not clean cut. You know, like if you, like me and Matt were very different physically, right? We do this when you go, oh, what are you talking about? Yeah, you're so small or something. That's, yeah.
never.
But then, like me and I don't really know who, because obviously I surround myself with people that are similar to me. Me and Richard Osman are very different, right? Like intellectually, do you know what I mean? So obviously different people are different, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And there are some people that just couldn't hack it. They just wouldn't be able to hack it at all.
What's like fighting what?
No, I'm not like, obviously I don't think I could, but do you know what I mean? There are people that would literally just break down.
Overpaid and underpaid jobs. Obviously, doctor is one of them.
Quick thing: would you consent to your operation, whatever operation it may be, being live streamed if it meant that the doctors could get some money from the revenue?
Like on Twitch?
Depends what.
People want some weird shit, so I don't know why you're laughing. I've seen people eat live squids on Twitch.
It depends what.
If Godolphin can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
It,
Depends what you haven't done.
yeah.
Yeah.
If it's like anal surgery.
Penis enlargement.
Yeah, like you wouldn't want someone to know.
No, yeah,
like,
yeah.
why is he? He's just exposed himself.
If they were cutting open my stomach, I wouldn't care.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, when your stomach is higher up, it's like around here.
Yeah.
So when you say you've got stomach pain, it's actually your intestines.
Yeah. Did you know if you
Not your stomach.
if you had your intestines right, if you laid your intestines,
Aren't they like a
straight-
mile or something? Isn't it something
No.
crazy? Oh.
I'll tell you how long. If you got your intestines right, you're small and you're large, got them, laid them in this completely straight line, because you know they like kind of rib and they're like,
Yeah.
they're not completely straight. If you laid it in a straight line, both of them like end to end, you'd die.